We are wrapping up our weather-worn day for heavy rain, flooding, even that possibility of severe weather, which is pretty much behind us now. Now we are looking ahead to some majorly cold air moving in. Just to give you an idea, our high today, 63. That's unseasonably warm, but with that colder air moving in, expect a 42-degree drop between today's high and Monday's low of 21 degrees. So time to get those heavy coats back out and ready to go here for the second half of the weekend. We head on through the evening. We remain mild for much of it in the 50s. We're cloudy, we're damp. The wind is going to begin to pick up a little later in the evening. We drop down into the lower 40s around 3 a.m. and then on down into the lower 30s with that cold front moving through, that chilly air rushing in behind it. We'll have a lot of drying out with the brisk wind, going down to 34 by 7 with a feels like of 26, but not out of the question. There could be a few slick patches to begin the day tomorrow. It could be a little bit slick on the roads. Here's the setup now. We see that second front over mid to east Tennessee. This is going to be pushing on through here later on tonight. That will take the rain out and bring the cold in, and you can see that cold air in places like Chicago, Minneapolis, 20 degrees. Meanwhile, we're sitting in the 60s and the 70s in our region. Here's how it breaks down on the Futurecast, and one thing we are seeing Sunday morning is a little bit of high elevation snow here. I wouldn't get too excited about this. Maybe some flurries, maybe an inch or two along the highest ridge tops up near Tennessee, all part of that cold air, and then much drier air as we go through a sunny but chilly Sunday afternoon. And the winds, of course, are cranking up with that front moving through. Right before midnight, many of us will be gusting well over 20 miles per hour, adding to that wind chill. Sunday morning starting off quite windy, especially in some of those higher elevations. Look at Busick, 50-mile-per-hour wind gust on this Futurecast model, and then windiest the middle of the day, Sunday afternoon. It will continue to be very brisk around the region, even in some of the lower elevations. So unfortunately, that could bring down some tree branches and lead to some power outages on Sunday before the wind comes down somewhat. So tomorrow morning, starting off below freezing in our western mountains, and right at freezing in the French Broad River Valley and some of those locations that had so much rain close to the South Carolina state line. Your highs tomorrow not vary. Some folks stay in the 30s in the northern mountains, lower 40s for us, lower 50s in South Carolina. And then we go through a pretty active week. Monday morning, this should be a very cold one, 21 degrees. We stay in the 40s on Monday. We're milder on Tuesday and Wednesday. And then we are looking at another storm system that could bring us some measurable snow on Thursday. There's still a lot up in the air with that system, but we do have that potential for some winter weather on Thursday, more so in the mountains, of course, than in the upstate. And then we remain on the cool side beyond that as we head on into next weekend. But right now it's looking dry on Friday and Saturday.